And while we were in the banana plantation, rain found us there. So in this video, I'll be sharing my experience of climbing Mount Kenya in August of 2023. And we used Sirimon Gate. I was going with two friends, and we were supported by a team of guides and porters. One of the things about the protocol is that the guide has to sign you in, and a head count is taken. Your identification documents are checked, and this is to ensure that everybody who enters the park leaves the park. Sirimon Gate was uneventful. We are still experiencing the normal temperatures because just before Sirimon, there are normal communities living there next to the mountain. So nothing really out of the ordinary. Before going to Mount Kenya, we'd had a briefing with our guide, and he took us through what we needed for our gear. So you need to have appropriate clothes. On the first day, you can more or less wear normal clothes, but they need to be comfortable, loose fitting, not too tight, not too warm. Most importantly, when you are going to the mountain, you'll need hiking boots. That one is key. And you'll also need rain gear because it can rain anytime. So you need to have either rainproof trousers or any other rainproof gear for the lower body. You need to have a raincoat, and it should have a rainproof cape. You can also have a rainproof jacket. There is a requirement on the upper limit of weight allowed. It is 20 kilograms per porter. So if you go with a lot of weight, then you need to go with more porters. And apart from your gear that is in your porter's bag, you also need to carry other things up the mountain. So you'll be supported by a team of porters. So what happened in our case, we met our porters in Narumoru. They were in a different car. We were in a different car. So we met at the Sirimon Gate, where after inspection, we surrendered our bags to the porters, and everybody is assigned a specific porter who will be carrying your luggage all the way to the mountain. Not too much. I think generally you need to have a reasonable degree of fitness. I had been running and doing gym, mainly leg work is what is really key, for a period of intensely for about 2 months. And mentally, you just need to speak to yourself and know that you are going for a challenge. And since people have done it before, you can do it. Okay, personally, I did not forget anything, and this is because we had so many parking lists, and we kept ticking the parking lists to make sure that we have everything that we would need there. But I found that one of the things one of my friends forgot was her hot water bottle, and she really felt cold at the second camp, at Shipton's camp. Otherwise, in terms of essentials, we did not really forget anything. And also, before you go up the mountain, your guide checks to make sure you have all the essentials. For the mountain, the weather changes very quickly. So the best thing is to dress in layers. So you'll probably have like a quick dry t-shirt or shirt, followed by a light jacket. And for the summit night, you'll need a real warm jacket. So you dress in layers. As it gets warmer, you peel them off. When it gets cold, you put them on. The journey from Sirimon Gate to Old Moses Camp was uneventful. The road is now tarmacked, and part of it is cement. So basically, there is a permanent all-weather road from Sirimon Gate to Old Moses. It's a trek of about 9 kilometers uphill. It is generally a gentle climb, but some people already begin to feel the altitude as low as that. So it took us about from 3 to 7 p.m. to get to Old Moses. So we got to Old Moses when the sun had just set. It's basically a wooden structure with what are called bandas, which is technically a complex word for dormitories. So you'll be sleeping in these shared rooms, or you can have your own tent. So we opted to pitch our own tent. My first camping experience wasn't very nice. It wasn't bad, but it was the first time I was camping in my life. So I really couldn't sleep. So by the time the sleep was coming, it was maybe 11 or midnight, and by 5 a.m. I was awake. When the guide wakes you up, part of the preparation is to wipe yourself. We did not have water on Mount Kenya, so we were using wet wipes to clean ourselves. We left Old Moses for Shipton, and the journey began to be challenging because now the climb begins to be steep. And it's actually at lunch point you now lose network. So at that point you make sure you send your messages to your family. I'm fine, but I'm not going to have internet for maybe the next 1 or 2 days. We left for Shipton, walked along Makinda's Valley, passed through what they call the banana plantation, and I would say banana in quotes because there's this plant that looks like banana. And while we were in the banana plantation, rain found us there. So it was time to test our rain gear. And I'm telling you, my poncho got really heavy because I had this heavy yellow poncho, which got really heavy. But fortunately, the rain lasted just about an hour and then it subsided. We got to Shipton about 6:30, just before dark. I think at the point when we were told now network ends here, you don't have connectivity, I realized now I'm on the mountain. Now the challenge begins. It is getting steep. I'm out of communication with my family and friends, and the mountain is here. So the realization hit home. I'm on Mount Kenya. Shipton is much colder, and this time you actually need to wear a warmer jacket, but not summit jacket. And then also for the first time there's no grass, so you are actually camping on soil. So you are camping on sandy and rocky surface. Once again at Shipton there's the option of bandas and tents, and we continued with our tents.